Welcome to the Weeb Lounge. I'm Nick, and this is episode 5 of The Day I Became a God. And we're going to keep this video a little short because this one is very serious. There's a huge turning point here. I'll go into as many details as I can without spoiling it. Now this episode focuses around Izanami-san and her family. Now, they have issues. There's a reason why Izanami-san is so melancholy, so just seems like she's bored all the time, right? She's depressed. Well, that's probably because she is. It's kind of bad. Well, anyways, what they're trying to do is get Izanami-san's father out of the house. Okay, this is kind of like the overarch, this is kind of the goal. But the end goal is a little bit more substantial. Now, the idea of getting him out of the house, why? Well, let's set it up. 10 years ago, Izanami-san's mother died. And this left her and the father very, very distraught, very depressed, grieving for apparently 10 years right now. So the father, since he's able to work at home, apparently he's a translator, he ends up just kind of not going anywhere. Like, really, the furthest he really goes from the house in those 10 years is to the convenience store and back. Like, in those 10 years, he hasn't even visited his dead wife's grave. That's some garbage right there. I mean, yee. But as you can tell, this episode is going to be a little bit more on the serious side, not necessarily the funny side. But there are definitely some funny moments. Now, the first thing they try to do is motivate the father to get out of the house. So Yoda and Odin go to the house, ring the doorbell, and they're trying to come up with things to say to bring him out, right? Like, one of them was, Yoda was like, hey, you want to go with me to see some cute girls? It's like, that's probably not going to work with the father and depression and stuff. It's not going to work. And he tries a couple other things, some of them goofy, some of them creepy, actually. But the one that finally gets him out of the house is Izanami's birthday's coming up, apparently. So he gets him to go with, to kind of go shopping for the daughter, okay? Well, he gets out, and apparently just, a short train ride away, heading towards some shops or whatever. That's like the furthest the guy's been in 10 years, right? And as they're walking, they just find like these little niche food shops or whatever, specialty shops along the way. And apparently Izanami-san's dad really, really, really likes cheese. We learned something this episode. We're going to learn more. Along the way, just to go shopping or whatever, along the way they end up stopping and eating at 3 frickin' restaurants back to back to back because cheese. There might be a little bit more to do than just cheese or whatever. Some weird specialty things that he's just like, I gotta try. He livens up. The guy comes across as this gray-haired, depressed, doesn't care about life. And that's how he comes across. But when he sees these dishes, he springs to life like a child. He's like, I must have cheese. Lots of cheese. There's a lot of cheese on these dishes. I'd be stuck for days. That's the words I'm using. But anyways, they get him out, and it comes to their attention that apparently the mother had left these videos for the daughter and the husband, of course, after she passed away. They didn't really say what she passed away from. She got sick and died in the hospital. We don't know what it was. We're not sure what it is. But it's kind of like an anime trope where, the mother is dying very slowly of some disease that can't be cured. And it's an anime trope, but they do it really good here. And they discovered that there's supposed to be these videos and stuff that were meant for Izanami-san, but the father never told the daughter. The father never told her. He's never watched all of them all the way through. I guess there's a sequence of them, basically one for each of Izanami-san's birthday or something like that, right? So they can't really just come out and tell Izanami-san, Yoda can't just tell Izanami-san, hey, look for your dead mom's videos. That would be kind of, I don't know what that would be a kind of. That'd be a kind of. That would very much be a kind of. Yeah, I couldn't do it either. So they come up with this weird plan, okay? Odin comes up with this weird plan. It's always Odin. It's always Odin. Hina. Odin. She comes up with this weird plan to get Yoda to tell Izanami-san that he made this app on his phone, or a special phone, that can apparently communicate with the dead. And he talked with some dead guy that called him a cat or something. It's got to be a Japanese joke, something in there that I'm not familiar with. It was probably supposed to be funny, but for me, it wasn't, because I don't get it. But whatever. So the idea is to get Izanami-san to kind of take it a little bit more seriously. You know, don't just brush it under the table. Just give it the benefit of the doubt. And the thing is, like, through cell phones, when we talk through cell phones, it's like, it's not our actual voice coming through, right? It's kind of like synthesized, digitized voice coming through. So it is possible to imitate someone else's voice, according to the anime anyways. So what they do is they use this phone, this communicate with dead people phone, to talk Izanami-san into taking a call from the dead mom. Okay, now this is kind of weird. It is kind of far-fetched, but the way they do it works. That's one you gotta watch to understand this one. It's a little odd. But basically, Odin is like at a payphone or something, and I'm surprised they still exist. Okay. But she synthesizes the voice of the mother, and they were able to watch a short video of Yoda's mom, to kind of get her personality. Odin impersonates it, and this is how, because Yoda found out about the videos. The dad kind of spilled it when he was eating cheese. Lots of cheese. But anyways, he told Yoda not to say anything, and Yoda, of course, is apparently going to say something, but in like the most roundabout way in the world ever invented, okay? He's bringing back the dead to tell. That's what happens. Odin imitates the mother on the talk to dead people phone, tells Izanami-san about the videos, and then she's like, oh my god, there's videos, and runs home to go check these videos. Not sure I would necessarily believe the dead people on the phone thing. Yeah, but whatever. It worked. That was the goal set forth or whatever, to get her to kind of go home, talk to the father, and demand to watch these videos. Now, what's in the videos, I'm not going into. There's no way in hell I'm going into this. Because, you know, this is a serious episode. It's a turning point episode. But also at this point, it gets emotional as all hell. Okay? I got to leave that to you guys to watch. I cannot summarize that. I am not going to summarize that. The only thing that I will say is that when all is said and done, people are getting over what they need to get over, but maybe I can't summarize it. You gotta watch it. That's why this video is going to be a little shorter than usual, because like basically half the episode I have to leave out because you guys have to watch that. No explanation of mine is going to do any kind of justice for this part. So with that, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. Growing channel needs to grow. We appreciate every single one of them. Streaming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays. And I will be honest, if you are not at least trying to choke back a little bit of a tear by the time this episode is over with, you might be a bad person. We'll see you in the next video.